Do you feel like you're stuck on the outside looking in as far as dating and relationships go? We talk a lot about game. This channel is a relationship and approach channel. But the reality is most guys are not even in the game at all. Most guys are on the outside looking in. They're not even on the field. Okay, never mind scoring a goal. They're not even in the stadium. If this is you, and you're on this video, I want you to be very honest with yourself. And I want you to think about where you are right now, whether you're happy with it, what you have been doing about it, and what, if anything, is going to change in the next 90 days. I'm Joseph. I'm the Wing Bro. I'm here to help. On this channel, I talk about dating and mating and relationships and all of that kind of thing. You can see some of my infields are going to be many more coming. And just to give you a quick synopsis of my own experience, I'm a 39-year-old online business owner. Traveled the world. I had a club promotion for 4 years. I would say I've had quite a blessed time of things over the last decade. So yeah, more or less, last 10, 12 years, I've had quite a blessed time of things with some very beautiful women. I counted yesterday, I think I've been with women from definitely more than 20 countries. I don't know how many, to be honest. But it really isn't the number, actually. I really don't go by that metric. I don't care about that. It's really the quality. I am all about quality. Quality person, you know. So yeah, that's my experience. Let's just delve into this. Let's delve into this. So yeah, men are on the outside wishing, wanting, spectating basically. And the question is, what are you going to do about this, my friend? One of the biggest things that guys are they're just lying down and accepting it, and they're not actually living. This is not life, brother. This is not life. Okay, so guys are just basically not living at this stage. Biggest thing that is stopping guys from making progress is the fact they lie to themselves. They lie to themselves. And this is something we can all do. And we all, on some level, know when we're doing it. But it's a very subtle thing. It's a very quiet voice within you that says, no, brother, this is what I have to do, even though I'm afraid. And there's a sense of, often there's basically just a sense of ego that kicks in, and it stops you from doing the thing that you're actually afraid of doing, because you're thinking, what if this messes up? What if this fucks up and I'm just left looking like an idiot? What if I go over to the girl in the street, stop her, pay her a compliment, she throws a bottle of water in my face, or some guys see me and they'll point and laugh at me, and I have to remember that time when I was 3 years old and I spilled orange juice and everyone laughed at me at school. Right, so these things kick in, and before you know it, the moment's gone. And it's so easy to lie to yourself and just think, oh, I'll get it next time. You know, oh, I didn't really want her anyway. Oh, this, oh, that. Oh, if I could just, I think I just have too much anxiety. I think I'm just too stressed right now. I think I've just got too much of this, etc., etc. There's 101, 1,001, 1,000,001 excuses. There's an endless number of excuses, brother. But at some point, you've got to stop lying to yourself. Because what doesn't lie is nature. What doesn't lie is nature. Every year you get older and you get a little bit closer. You get a little bit closer to you know where. And at some point it's going to be too late. At some point it will be too late. And you won't get those experiences. Yeah? So I want you to get very honest with yourselves if you're watching this video. Too many guys who lie to themselves and accept mediocrity. Just simply lie down and accept mediocrity. It's fine, it's no big deal. The fact that this is normalized is actually an outrage, but it is normalized, and that's a fact. People just accept mediocre lives, and oh, it's okay, I'll go and have a drink with my mates, I'll go and watch porn, maybe hire an escort, I'll just let life pass me by, I'll let it slide by. I'll smoke a joint, watch Netflix, and sleep alone. In the same bed, in the same place. No forward momentum. And you already know deep in your soul what kind of life you want to live. You don't need me to tell you what kind of life you want to live. You already know. I'm here, brother, on this video to snap you out of this. It's actually not even snap, it's to nudge you out of this, because most of the guys I think who like this kind of thing, they like cold approach, they like approaching, they like living the pirate life, or they've got that internal pirate who's ready to go. All they need is a nudge. All they need is a nudge. So I'm here to give you that nudge. So we're talking about relationships. Are you currently sleeping alone? Do you want to be sleeping alone? When was the last time you had intimacy? Yeah? How was that intimacy? Do you want intimacy? Are you lonely, brother? Or I think in some cases it's just like, it's a basic need of sex, you know? It's a basic somatic need that men have, which is just going frustrated in so many guys for so long. And this is why you have all of this phenomena of OnlyFans and all this garbage. Now, do you think if those guys were getting laid, they'd be on fucking OnlyFans? I want you to be real with yourself on this video. At some point, you've got to answer these questions. Am I happy with where I'm at? Am I sleeping alone? And am I happy about that? If you are and you're happy, because you've had so much ass, that basically all you want to do now is just rest and spend some time alone, great. Good for you. But I know that's not the case for a lot of the guys who watch this type of content. And you've got to ask yourself what your strategy is going forward. Maybe you've tried online dating. Maybe you've tried the clubs. Maybe you're just getting a little bit older. Your old wings aren't around. Your old drinking buddies aren't around. And it's not as easy for you to go out and just rustle up those nights out, maybe find a girlfriend here and there. You know, once you get into your mid to late 30s, things do change. I was a club promoter from 30 to 34, and I was definitely at the upper end, I would say, at that point, of the age group in my own nights. The DJ was older than me, some of the bar people were, but basically, you know, that scene started to feel like it was no longer my scene. I remember going out in 35, 36 with a group of guys, and they were all in their early mid-20s, and it was just an interesting experience, and I felt at a certain point, you know what, I want to start to have other options. So I went 37 years old and I learned the gangster gentlemanly art of daytime cold approach. So that was my strategy, and it's been effective. Now I feel actually I've got all bases covered. I can do nighttime. I can do nighttime, brother. I can do daytime now. I've got the whole span. Okay, so I can just kind of take my pick. I've also lived internationally as well. So what I found is I find I get on well with girls in certain countries. What I found relationship-wise has been, when I'm in a place where I find a massive portion of the girls attractive, I just essentially just pick on personality, because like half the girls are attractive to me. There's no more compromise anymore. There's no more compromise. I've leveled up way beyond where I was back in the UK, you know, 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. And I've seen friends of mine do exactly the same thing at all different ages, you know, early 20s through to 40s and 50s. It can be done. And I think daytime approach is a real catalyst for the rest of your life, because it's basically, as a friend of mine, Christian, says, it's a middle finger salute to society and to the rules and to the norms that say you can't be who you want to be. Oh yes, you fucking can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And it's a fun journey as well. So yeah, if you've decided, actually, yes, I do want to get out there and I do want to start approaching, I do actually want to get my beautiful, sultry seductress, or my just lovely, homely woman. I want to meet her in the bookshop. I want to meet her in the streets. I want to meet her somewhere out in the wild. I don't want to meet her online. If you decided you want to do this, then first of all, good decision. Secondly, let's get going. Let's get ourselves out there. But what you will find, and what a lot of guys find, is it is quite fear-inducing, because you are breaking out of the norms a little bit. And often it's quite intelligent thinking guys that can find this. First of all, they're attracted to this type of approach. But secondly, ironically, find it a little bit more, should we say, intimidating. They just overthink things, and maybe they've absorbed too much of the social norms. You know, it's easier to train a smart dog than a dumb dog. So sometimes actually that intellect and intelligence can just mean you almost need to find a new intellectual pathway in order to feel you have permission to go and do this. And that's part of the work I'm doing here. It's putting down that intellectual pathway for guys, for the thinking guys. And emotionally, going out solo, I would really encourage you to get yourself out there. Go and do your first 20 approaches solo. And even if you feel the nerves, you feel the stress, you feel the tension, I would recommend watch some of my videos and basically go over, stop a woman, pay her a compliment. That will be what I'd recommend for your first 10. And then for the next 10, now let's see if we can stay in a conversation. And what you'll find is you'll start to ease into it. But emotionally, daytime cold approach, it's a team sport. It's an extreme sport, and it's a team sport. I said this from the very first training I did over in Manchester 2 years ago. I was already very experienced with approach. I was far from inexperienced with the whole game and women and stuff. I just wanted to expand my options into the daytime. But I realized pretty quickly, okay, going out doing solo sessions is tough alone, because it's harder to weather. Let's say you go in for a few and the girls don't even stop, and you're just solo. It can become tricky to weather. If you're with your mates, you laugh it off. It doesn't even matter, you're just going for the next one. It makes no difference. Right? The problem a lot of guys have is they just don't have mates who understand what this thing is. And that's where Wing Bro comes in. So I've been doing a lot of my approach solo, and I've also been doing it a lot with wings as well. So I can just tell you the difference is absolutely massive. Which again is why I started this service, and which I'll talk about a little bit more in a moment. But yeah, it's much easier to become self-conscious. It's much easier to bottle when you're alone. You don't have that backup, you don't have that emotional support. You know, not to be a pussy about things, but sometimes the emotional support actually, for example, I was out with a couple of guys last week from my group, and one of the guys has been trying to get back into approach. He's actually very good, but he's been trying to get back into approach. And I knew he wanted to approach, because otherwise I don't think he would have come out. And we were approaching, and you can see some of those on my channel. And he was just basically talking shit about why he couldn't approach. And I can't even remember what he was saying. And all I said to him was, dude, you're just lying to yourself. You gotta take your licks sometimes. Just go and take the blowout, quote unquote blowout. It's really not a big deal. It's not a blowout. It's just, you know, the girl's got a boyfriend basically. That's usually what it is. And I think as soon as I said to the guy, you're lying to yourself, I think that struck a nerve with him. And he steamed off in front. 2 minutes later, went off and did a good approach. I think he did a couple more that night, and he's been flying since then. So sometimes that emotional support is actually someone just giving you some no bullshit feedback. Other times the emotional support might just be like I had from my mentor. I remember one approach I did where I've been actually doing fairly well for my first day out in daytime, and this was the last of the day, and I saw a girl at a bus stop who I really liked. It was really my type, and there was a whole bus stop of people stood around her, and we're in the middle of this city, and I just turned to my friend and I said, "Bruv, I'm afraid. And he just said to me, "Just go pay her a compliment." It was just a small little sentence, a small little phrase. Sometimes that's all you need from a wing, a friend, just to give you a little touch of encouragement, just to be there. And it's like, it's okay if this goes well or bad, it doesn't matter. And I went over and fucking absolutely went scorched earth on this girl, like basically had her eaten out of the palm of my hand. Everyone at the bus stop was like fucking looking on, astounded, you know, who the fuck is this guy? We stayed talking literally until she had to get on the bus, and we were messaging for weeks. I never ended up meeting her, which she wasn't even from the city, so it doesn't even matter. And some approaches like that, that approach has never ended in my life. That approach is still ongoing in my life because it was a life-changing approach. To go and do that, I was like, wow. I just went up in front of all those people to a girl I'd never met, and like, if we'd had the option for an instant date, it would have been on. It was so on with this girl. She loved the approach. She fucking loved me. And yeah, all those strangers at the bus stop, they just faded into ones and zeros like the fucking Matrix. But I could not have done that alone. As driven as I am and as experienced as I am, there's no way I could have done that alone. So in those moments, those key moments, having someone alongside you is worth its weight in fucking gold, man. It's worth its weight in gold. The right word at the right time. And most guys are not getting these words of encouragement or these words of accountability when it comes to relationships from their fathers, from their brothers, from their friends. We're actually truly lost as men, as a gender at the moment, and this has been going on for some time. But it's kind of hit a peak level. You know, I mean, I'm not even going to go down that route of how lost and bullshit it all is, right? But we're just not getting that support. And boys, women want this. Women want this. Women want to be approached. They want to be approached by you guys. Do you not understand this? Okay, they actually want it. Okay. So by creating this channel, I'm helping men, but also secondly helping women as well. My goal is to help the men, but women are also going to benefit from this as well. Women actually want to be approached by good guys. Yeah, they don't want to fucking meet their husband on Tinder. Yeah. Yeah, they actually want you to step up and go over and be the man, basically. Most girls, women really want their guy to be the man who came over, was confident, paid them a compliment, and just swept them off their feet. This is what makes a great relationship. This is what makes a great marriage. Obviously, it has to continue beyond the approach, but what a great starting point. What a great starting point. Mummy, how did you meet Daddy? Oh my goodness, I was stood at a bus stop, and he came over to me. He said, "Hey, excuse me, you look incredible today." What? Yeah, he did, yeah. That is going to be a story that will be told 100, 1,000 times for the rest of your life. This goes on to be the great romantic story. You're going to have a family with this woman. Imagine your son's looking up to you like, yeah, that's my dad. Yeah. Yeah. How did your dad meet your mum? Well, he met her on Tinder. Really? My dad's a fucking G. He met my mum. He met my mum in the mall. Yeah, he just went over, spoke to her. Wow. you know? Seriously, boys. And I don't know about you, but this is the life that I want to live. This is the life that I want to live. Okay. I was at a point last year where, it was around about this time last year actually, I started to get a very strange emotional sense because I was in the country of my choice. I'd learned daytime cold approach. I was going through my journey. I was getting better and better. I had a great girl that I was already seeing, and I was just going out getting more numbers just to practice. And I remember there's one point, I've got nearly 100 numbers in my phone over about a 5-6 month period. And that's all from daytime, by the way. Not a single online, not a single nighttime. Maybe a couple nighttime, but like almost all from the daytime. And I had this weird point where I thought, what about everyone else? I can only take realistically one girl. Maybe if I want to be a bit, a bit of a, whatever, bit of a sultan, I can take a few. But realistically, with all the commitments I have, I can't take 80 women on. Let's just be real about it. Nobody can. Yeah, all these great women are out there available, all of them. It just struck me and it hit me. It hit me for a good couple of weeks. And I just really thought to myself, what about everyone else? What about the other guys? I'm good. What about the other guys? And that's, that thought eventually became this channel. Because it's all out there. It's all out there. There's so many options for guys. There's actually too many. There are actually too many options. So that's what I'm here to bring to your attention. So I'm Wing Bro. If you're interested in finding out more about my immersion programs, you want to get started on this, you want to kickstart your dating life, and you do. If you watch this far, you definitely do. You can book a call with me. We will strategize about where you are, what your experiences are, and which of my programs are going to be best for you. I've got Ignition, which is virtual wingmanship, and I've got Immersion, which is an in-person boot camp, basically. I don't really think of it so much as a boot camp, more as just I'm your mate, and I'm just taking you through what you need to know, because I don't want this to be a corpo thing, This is going to be, I'm only really going to work with guys that I resonate with and that I think are just cool, basically. Cool guys. Let me give you the training. Let's get up and running, and then we can wing together. And I can introduce you as well to others who are in the same position. So get the training, get the wings, come meet the Wing Bro, go do the approach, get the girl, and then the sky really is the limit. That's when the game really starts, yeah? Once you mastered this, that is when the game really starts. That's when you can start to think big. You're no longer a kind of desperate sexual refugee. You can actually start to think really big, yeah? So, yeah, I'm in the UK, as I say, till the end of May, and then I will be around Europe. If you're interested in booking a call, you're interested in this way of life, you're interested in learning this skill and just like exploding your options and picking the beautiful, sultry siren or beautiful cookie baking girl of your dreams, which you can find all this in the streets, by the way. Sign up for a quick call, and we'll discuss where you're at and if we can actually do something together. Yeah, and we I live internationally, so I can also give you some suggestions as well as where's going to be good, but where the going is good, shall we say, for your specific type of girl. I think I've probably been, apart from Asia, I've been I've been around, dude. I've been around. So yeah, here we are in front of the memorial here. It's a nice way just to start to wind down the video. So at some point, it's all going to be over. It's all going to be over. What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of legacy do you want? Yeah. Yeah, do you want to accept the lies that mediocrity is fine? Do you want to accept the lie that it's okay? Or do you want more? Do you want more, brother? If you're on this video, I know you want more. And I can probably see your potential, honestly, probably better than you can. So yeah, get the girl, join the brotherhood. This is Joseph, Wing Bro. I hope you're good. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you on the next one.